Hello, 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 and a merry Monday to you, my pomfroms of Limoncello Nougat Cream Coffee. Cheers to you. It is I, Hallie, with today's weekly reading book review. I think it's episode 3 of November. Who knows? So I'm going to tell you about the 3 books I read this week and the stack of books I look forward to reading next. It was a wild week. We'll get into it. So the very first book I finished was Gentle Writing Advice by Chuck Wendig. I was in the midst of this last week. Highlighted a few things. It was just very conversational, things he's learned. He's written more than 24 books, very voicey, very cussy, but highly enjoyable. And I just love a good writing craft book to say, you can do it, keep going, don't quit. And also here are some things I've learned about myself, and everyone's different. And when you get advice, take what applies to you and toss the rest away. So enjoyed that. Gentle writing advice. Thank you, Chuck. Okay, the next one. Whoo, boy, so good. I'm 10 years late to the party, but this is Victoria Aveyard's Red Queen. As you know, I'm a huge Soman Chainani fan, and Victoria and T, besties, host a podcast called Plot Twist, and so I finally read one of her books, and I love it. And on my to-do list today is to go to my used bookstore and find the next 2 in this series. I know she's written others, and really interesting topic of conversation is that she's like, but Realmbreaker, her series after this one, is like better, but it's the first, and people love it, and it was so good. So it's fantasy, although the woman that saw me reading it in line at YALLFest on Saturday told me it's dystopian, but it kind of feels like speculative fiction, and I'm really confused, and I wanted to talk to Victoria about it. Not confused like it wasn't enjoyable, but like where I placed it in my head was a little more, it's our world, but with magic powers. I don't know. So think Hunger Games, but not really. Think Mary Pearson, if you're a fan of Mary Pearson. If you, the selection, I don't know where it fits in the timeline, which came first, but it's just really good. And a little Ready Player One. I don't know if that's just me, but I got some of those vibes, even though there's no like video games in it. Anyway, really loved it. Red Queen, Victoria Aveyard. Somewhere dystopian fantasy, speculative fiction, highly enjoyable. The oppressed rebel against royalty. I loved it. So good. And then I did finish last night King John by Shakespeare, and obviously have some quotes to choose from for our quote hand lettering notebook as we do our Brush Up Our Shakespeare 2025. Currently reading halfway through King Lear, and then to come again as I go alphabetically, I will be reading King Richard II this week at some point. Things that happened this week. I told you it was wild. I taught a watercolor class, workshop, and Tuesday night I got to see The Sound of Music at my local concert hall, the Broadway touring show of Sound of Music. There's a full blog post up on my blog about that, and there was a short Instagram post about that as well. So got to take in that different format of storytelling, and I did make a very quick, left at 7 in the morning, got home at 6 something at night, trip to Charleston to see Soman, blog post coming about that tomorrow. But in the Blue Bicycle tent at YALLFest, I did have to pick up To Be or Not to Be by Ryan North. I do have his Romeo and Juliet one. Man, I wish they had the cover of it. But it's like a choose your own adventure Shakespeare. I know choose your own adventure is trademarked and it's not really that, but it's, path and choose what happens next, but Shakespeare, and I love it. So Ryan was there. This is an autographed copy. I didn't see him, didn't meet him. So sad, because there's 100 million authors at YALLFest, and I just got there to see Soman's panel, Soman's signing, and to wait an hour and a half in line for an early copy of Soman's Young World. So this comes out May 6th, 2026. I can't believe those numbers are real. Next year is coming. Look at this. So this is an early copy. It is not final, but there is so much art and design in here. This is his YA debut. It's a political murder mystery thriller where government topples and the youths take over. So looking forward to this. I'm so glad I got to talk to Soman a little bit this weekend. Great. Oh, the other reason I wanted to mention this and had to pick it up, not just because I'm a Shakespeare nerd, but this week, also at downtown, the Peace Center at Gunter Theater, they're having, cuss word, faced Shakespeare, Hamlet, and I get to go, and I'm so excited. So I will have another blog post review about that theater outing. So Hamlet's on the brain, as always. It's I think my favorite Shakespeare. Okay. Also, I need to start Little Women for December's book club that I host. It's a doozy. I do have a gorgeous edition though. We've got those décolletés. I love it. I love it. They just feel so good and I love it. And this like 3D embroidered-esque cover. I read it many years ago, 10 or more, on a flight from Africa back to America. Wasn't pleased, probably because I was on a flight across the very large Atlantic Ocean and out of my mind with 40 hours of no sleep. So we're gonna give Little Women another try. I was in the play in high school. It's a different story. Okay, anyway, so I will be reading in the next few weeks Little Women because it's 800 pages and I probably shouldn't wait 2 days before book club to start that. Okay, that's all I got. I need more coffee. I need breakfast. Would love to know what stories you're reading, loving, enjoying. If you too had any adventures this week, whether to the theater or a book festival or somewhere fun, if you got to see your favorite people, and yay coffee. So I'm gonna go make some art. Mail a new crayon box member their welcome pack. So excited. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch. Cool. All right. Love you guys. Bye.